Welcome to this iLearning video on how to access and navigate the iChannel dashboard. Once you log into iChannel, the first page that displays is the iChannel dashboard. Your dashboard is a collection of widgets. An individual widget, like My Entities, is designed to allow you to quickly access and navigate to your most recent entities. There are many different widgets. Let's take an opportunity to look at widgets in greater detail. Now, to begin this exercise, I'm going to go over to the far right side of the screen and I'm going to go ahead and hide all of my widgets and the information that's associated with each of these widgets. By clicking the button called Hide Widgets, each of your widgets will collapse. You can also click on the Show Widgets icon, which will open all your widgets at the same time. Each individual widget can be opened individually by just clicking on the blue line associated to that widget or clicking on the arrow at the end of the line. Click on the blue line and your widget will expand. Click on it again and your widget will collapse. You can do this on any of your widgets at any given time. Now let's take a moment to look at each widget individually. The My Entities widget is a widget that is designed for you to be able to see your favorites or your star rankings of any entity that you would like to set as a favorite. When you hover over the name of an entity, you'll see that it is a link or a hyperlink. And if you click on that link, it will navigate you to the client detail page for that entity. To go back to your dashboard, just click on the logo, which will be located in the top left corner of your screen at all times. In addition, you see two icons that are located for each individual entity. The first icon, which is the yellow folder, will quickly navigate you to the file area for this entity. From here, this is where you will manage all of your client files and documents as necessary. Click back on the logo in the top left corner, which will again send you back to your dashboard. The next one, the individual icon located for each entity, if you click that, will show you the last 10 activities, last 10 discussions, or you can quickly add a discussion for that entity. It did open in a new window, so to return back to your dashboard, close that window, and you'll go back to your dashboard. Now let's take a moment and look at some of the other individual widgets that are currently set up on this dashboard. The My Recent Entities allows you to quickly be able to see the most recent entities you have been accessing while you've been working in iChannel. From here, again, you can also access the file area for each entity. Again, you can go and click on the information icon, which will show you the last 10 activities, the last 10 discussions, or you can add a new discussion for that entity. Again, you can see the last time you have access to any of your entities by the filter column called Access. And again, you have your star ranking system, which would allow you to be able to set a favorite by each individual entity. Now remember, each time you do set an entity by using the star ranking system, that entity will now appear under the My Entities widget also. And I'm going to go ahead and just collapse these down just a little bit, take an opportunity to look at some other widgets. The My Document widget, which works very similar to the My Entities and My Recent Entities, allows you to be able to set documents that you're working on for an entity through, again, the star ranking system. One reason you might do this is that you might be working on a particular document for an entity that you're working with, one of your clients. And if it's a document that you're going to be accessing a lot over the next coming days or so, you might want to go ahead and set this up as one of your favorites for quick and easy access. Again, as you can see here, I do have the file icon, which would quickly allow me to navigate over to the file area where this document that's located here under the title column for this entity. So again, instead of just going to the entity and then trying to locate the document, the My Documents widget would allow me to quickly just save this document as my favorite, maybe because I'm working on it, and I could quickly access it from this widget. My recent documents, again, all of this is set up to work just like my recent entities. So if you've had some documents that you've most recently been working with, and you would like to just quickly access those documents again without having to do a search, you could just use the My Recent Documents. My Contacts works just the same as the My Entities or My Documents widget. This is a way for you, if you have a contact that you're working with and you plan to be working with that contact a lot over the next coming days or weeks, instead of having to search for that contact, you might just want to take that contact, set it up as a favorite. And again, as you can see here, I can click on the contact name, which will take me to the details for that contact. I also have the name of the entity. If I click on that, it will also just take me directly to the detail page for that entity. Under my Actions icon, you can see I have a drop down. I can quickly generate an email to this contact. I could also just quickly go over to that entity's website if I wanted to access that entity's information on the global website for that entity. On my right side, I've set up 3 additional widgets. This first one is called My Task. Now, the My Task widget does work just a little bit different than the other widgets in the sense of the following. It allows me to be able to look at all of the tasks that are assigned to any of my coworkers that are currently active tasks that are being worked. So again, I can navigate and look at different individuals. I can set up an individual. I can then filter what would I like to see about this individual user's task, those that are in progress, not started, waiting for info, or other information. Then click on the filter icon, which would allow me to be able to see all of the tasks associated to this user based on the filter that I've set up. Again, as you can see here, I've got my filter icon that allows me to go over and look at the file area for that individual task. As you can see, here's the task. It's listed here for assembly. If I click on that, that would just show me in greater details information about that task. As you can see here, it did open up an additional window. It's showing me information about that activity or task that was associated to that user. To exit out of this activity, just click in the X in the top right corner. You also see right below the name of the task is what are called projects. As you can see here, that project is a 1040 tax return 2019. If I'd like to see this individual task as it relates to a project or a workflow, I could click that link and the project would open up for me where I would be able to locate that individual activity or task. As you can see, it's located right here. I'll go ahead and close this window out. Now, as you can see, there's additional information located here. I can see tasks, and I can sort those tasks by alphabetical order. I can sort by entities. I can sort by status, start date, and due dates. You also see an icon located here. This is just to let me know that this individual task for this project is currently past its due date of when it should have been completed. Now I'm going to go ahead and close up the My Task widget. I'm going to open up the My Projects widget. This allows me to see individual projects for all of my entities that I'm working with. Currently, as you can see here, I have 4 current projects that are set up currently under this user, Andrew, at this point in time. Just like under My Tasks, I can click on the drop down and I can look at other individuals' projects, set up how I'd like to view those projects by selecting the filter options. You can set as many as you would like, then click on the filter icon. As you can see now, I can see the individual projects for this user, Bobby Underwood. Again, I have my file area icon to quickly navigate over to Shelby Bridges Thrift Shop. That would allow me to go directly to the file area, just like you have been able to do that when you were looking at one of your entities under the My Recent Entities. You also have a plus sign here. If you open that, you'll be able to get an overview of the project and all of the tasks associated with that project. From here, you can again click on the individual tasks to open up the task activity screen where you can make modifications or adjustments as necessary. By clicking on the minus, you'll collapse that. So again, this widget not only provides you with an overview of the individual task associated to a project, but it also gives you an opportunity to see the overview of each individual project by users that you set up. Now, depending on your permissions that you have been provided by your system administrator, you may have an opportunity to be able to customize your dashboard to your needs. If you do have the ability to customize your dashboard, you'll have a feature called Edit or Open Editor. From here, that will allow you to customize your dashboard. As you can see in this example, I did take my dashboard and I customized it by using my own personal name as part of the naming convention for the dashboard. Now, earlier when we were looking at the dashboard, you had two columns, one on the left side and one on the right side. That was determined by the number of columns you would like to see on your dashboard. You have the option to set one column, two columns, or three columns. The system default is two columns to be shown at all times. Next, you set up the modules you'd like to see information or information around your widgets. There are 3 dedicated modules. You can set up widgets that are unique to the Custom Relations Management System, the CRM. The 6 value there states that there are 6 available widgets to select from. Next, you can set information up around your files. There are 4 dedicated widgets that could bring back information around files. And as you can see under projects, you have the capability to set up 3 widgets. Once you select one of the modules, the next thing is to set the widget that you would like to have added to your columns. In the available list here, you can see here's some additional widgets that you could set up. So let's say I'm going to add my calendar activities as a new widget on my dashboard. Once you determine the number of columns, the module, and then the widget, your next step is to determine where this new widget will reside. Will it be on column 1 or column 2? I'm going to add it to my column 2, so I just click on the Add Widget button, and as you can see, it added my new widget. Widgets can also be customized by reordering them by clicking on a widget, holding down the left side of your mouse, and then just move that widget around into the new order that you would like for them to be in. It is worth noting widgets cannot be moved across from each other, so they only are able to be reordered within their own individual columns. Once you've made the decision of how you'd like your dashboard to appear, click on the Save button. You'll get confirmation that the widget has been saved to your dashboard. Click on the dashboard logo in the top left corner of your screen, and as you can see there's my new widget on the dashboard. Thank you for watching this iLearning video on how to access and navigate your iChannel dashboard.